Imagine you're pregnant, you tell your boss, and your boss tells you, that sucks, your life is ruined. A baby is going to cost you your entire career. And that boss stands on business. Within a few months, that actually happens to you. Let's talk about what's going on in Sacramento with the Sacramento Kings versus Crystal Lee. She is the first athletic trainer in NBA history to bring a new life into the world. First things first, it's going to get a little bit graphic, so let me just say this right now. My name is Christine, and I'm a PhD candidate in management and XHR. She was demoted twice. Twice. On top of that, she brought her concerns to the coworkers, she talked to her supervisors, and she also talked to HR, the VP of HR at that. And guess what? No one responded to her concerns as an employee. Instead, they began to build a paper trail. And to respond to the allegations, apparently they just said, hey, she's a disgruntled former employee, so it is what it is. But I'll be honest with you, it's not as simple as being disgruntled, because the research, especially when it comes to toxic power dynamics, is very clear. The moment you become inconvenient for the organization, that's the moment you begin to have a target on your back. And once you have a target on your back, HR is just literally building a case against you. And how do I know? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I done built a few cases and put together evidence to help a person be displaced within the organization. But the funny thing is, I was going through the same thing while building a packet for the next person. In all honesty, the research says something completely different besides Crystal Lee just being disgruntled. And it explains why this lawsuit is even happening in the first place. Perceived organizational support. Crystal Lee literally went to get help within the organization, right? The moment you go to HR for assistance and they do not help you, instead they build a case against you to support the leader in this toxic dynamic, that's when how you perceive the organization starts to decline. Perceived supervisor support. So in this case right here, Crystal Lee actually spoke with her supervisors, and they basically just told her, hey, as far as you getting that promotion or getting your job back, they literally said, there's no slots available. We can't give you that back because it's already been filled. And matter of fact, we replaced it with a man, by the way, since he can't get pregnant. Perceived coworker support. So in this case, Crystal literally talked to her coworkers about what was going on, and allegedly one of the coworkers was like, listen, whatever that man says, we do. And I get it, because honestly, when we're talking about a workplace culture where it's obvious who has a target on their back, it is extremely tricky getting involved. So they literally said, hey, we watching from a distance, but we understand what you're going through. And I actually went through that when I was going through my own toxic dynamic with a big organization that y'all know about. But I'll say that for another video. You combined all three of these: perceived organization support, supervision support, and coworker support. All this leads to trust in management. At this point, you cannot trust management in its entirety. And this affected Crystal Lee because she said there was no place to reduce. So literally, she felt like she didn't have anyone to help her now what was going on during her time working for the Sacramento Kings. Now, it's imperative that we understand abusive supervision. It's where the leader has this type of authority to shift how you maneuver within the workplace, as far as the perception about you, take out action against you. This wasn't just a one interaction for nearly 2 years with Crystal Lee. According to the legal case that is literally filed within the Sacramento courts, dealing with these types of power dynamics, this can lead to job scarcity. Because when you now leave that organization and now you're trying to find work, because you have been displaced from your former organization, you have to kind of explain what happened with the last organization, especially if it is a well-known brand that you were working for, right? And in this case, Crystal Lee literally tried to work with the Women's Soccer League, National Soccer League. Basically, she had an interview, and once she disclosed what happened with the Sacramento Kings, they did not call her back. I actually faced that as well, as well. And I'll be honest with you, that takes a longer time for you to reintegrate back into the job market. And this affects you not only financially, It affects you physically and also mentally as well. Seeking compensation from the organization that has wrongfully displaced you is honestly the first step on your journey to recovery. I broke down all of this in my latest issue. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and just click the link in the description and you're going to get a full thorough breakdown along with some displacement support if you're trying to navigate this type of power dynamic. I'll see you in the next video.